Hey y'all, Sergeant First Class Jon DuBois here with the Texas Army National Guard. Here to talk about some of the amazing benefits the National Guard has to offer and tell you guys a little bit about your future, right? Obviously you guys are about to graduate, or maybe you got one more year left, but you're starting to think about what you're going to do after high school, whether it's college or going to the workforce, or maybe into the military. Let me give you one option though that kind of gives you all three in one. That's the National Guard, all right? Now today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we can do that, our different benefits, but first I want to tell you about a little bit about myself. Now I joined the Minnesota Army National Guard about 13 years ago. I joined as military police because I wasn't quite sure on what I wanted to do. I used to own a landscaping and masonry company, and things were really good. Business was booming. But the economy took a huge dip, kind of like it is today, and I really wasn't quite sure on what I wanted to do. I've always kind of wanted to serve, but I wasn't quite sure on what branch to choose, and I had family in all different branches. So after looking at all the different branches, I chose the National Guard because not only could I serve, I could do most of it all here local, but I could get the best college benefits for myself as well and my family. So I joined the National Guard, like I said, as military police, and I've done all sorts of different jobs, everything from military police to K-9 to corrections to human resources, to being a drill sergeant, now a recruiter. So enough about me. Let's talk about you guys, right? Now, like I said, you got a lot of options, a lot of different branches even. So there's the Air Force. They actually was a branch of the Army, and they branched off from us in about 1956. And their missions kind of changed a little bit, right? So their mission used to be fighter jets, all that kind of stuff. Now it's kind of transitioned into more cargo, right? So they kind of transport a lot of goods and everything like that for us. Now, then you got the Navy, which actually, fun fact about the Navy, they actually have more planes than the Air Force. But again, their main mission is cargo transportation, and also kind of what makes us a superpower because we can have a mobile base anywhere in the world, all over, okay? Then you have the Marines, which is a branch off of the Navy. They don't like to say that, but it's true. And they actually, they used to basically take a beachhead, right? They would land incursion, and then we'd come in after them. Well, we don't really fight that way anymore, so it's kind of changed as well. They're more into guarding embassies and that kind of nature. Well, then you got the Coast Guard, right? Now they're actually only a department of the Army or the military in times of war. Otherwise, they fall under Homeland Security, and they're helping everything from drug trafficking, human trafficking, and that kind of stuff. Then you have Space Force. Yes, it's real, it's out there. That's actually more of like cybersecurity and actually satellites and everything like that. It's not going to Mars or the moon or anything. Not yet anyways. But then you got the Army. Now the Army is the biggest, oldest branch, and they're honestly the best in my opinion. Not only because I'm serving in the Army, National Guard, but also because they do the most, right? They're the most versatile. They're designed to be their own self-sufficient city, so they can go anywhere and do everything from plumbers, electricians, mechanics, to shooting and blowing stuff up. So I don't want anyone out here ruling out the military thinking all we do is shoot and blow stuff up, because by no means is that the case, right? And especially in the National Guard. Our main mission is here to the state in which we serve. So that's everything from flood fights, natural disasters, first line defense, especially the pandemic here most recently. Then we have the reserves, all right? The reserves every branch has, and not going to talk bad about any branch by any means, but they're really designed to go in if you already were active duty and then you went into the reserves or something. Unfortunately, they just don't have the benefits the National Guard has, just in the sheer fact that we're state and federally funded, which we're going to get into in a moment. But how do you join, right? How do you do it? Well, you got to pass 3 basic tests: a mental, moral, and medical. The mental test is kind of like your ACT or SAT. You got to be able to score at least a 31 out of 99. Then there's the moral. That's a background check. Obviously, we got to make sure that you don't have any criminal history or anything of that nature. Then you have the medical. Now, honestly, the only way to know medically if you qualify is to talk to a recruiter and see if you might have something that would hold you back. I don't want anyone to get hurt or harmed in training or anything. So, but after you pass those 3 tests, you can join, right? And what that looks like is you go to the Recruit Sustainment program 1 week in a month, where actually I'll be one of your instructors, getting you physically and mentally prepared for basic training. So that way you're not just going in there thinking what you've seen in the movies. Because I'll tell you right now, it's not the case at all. But there you're also going to get paid and you're going to get some great training. Okay? Then after that, you're going to go to basic training. Now everyone's got a different path. So you juniors and seniors, this might be a little different, or you college students, this might be a little different, when you go to basic training, but you'll be able to decide that prior to joining or doing anything, okay? Now basic training, yes, it's 9 weeks and 5 days long, so just call it 10 weeks, okay? There you're gonna learn how to be a soldier, right? And I'll tell you, first 3 weeks, probably gonna be the hardest just because it's gonna be adapting into something new. After that, it's gonna get a lot easier and a lot more fun. But you get paid for it, it's full time. Then you're going to go to AIT, your Advanced Individual Training. This is kind of how you learn how to do your job, right? So kind of like college courses, but you'll do at one of our facilities. Now this is how I train to do everything from plumbers, electricians, mechanics, to human resources, to the medical field. We train you how to do that job. Now the beauty of that is not only is it civilian certified, but it's college accredited and you're getting paid full time. So you're going to come back with a ton of money, right? Most people come back with about between anywhere from 6 to 12 grand just from that training. So then when you go to college, you have all that money saved up to be able to help you go into it, right? So now you're not wondering how you're paying your bills, how you're doing all your kind of stuff, and it kind of alleviates that problem, okay? Now, on top of that, once you get back, you're gonna serve 1 week in a month and 2 weeks in the summer at your unit. Now we have units stay all over Texas, okay? So before you sign up, recruiter, and you will sit down and go over kind of where your unit's at, where you're going to be going to. Most of them all here local in Houston, and you'd be going there, like I said, that 1 week in a month, 2 weeks of summer, to learn, just basically brush up on your skills and train so that way you're ready in case of a natural disaster or emergency, okay? Beauty of that, again, you're getting paid, for that 1 week a month. And if, let's say you're a college student, right? Or just a trade, you go right away, use our skills to go into the workforce. But if you do go to college, this is our biggest benefit in my opinion. And that's the fact that we're gonna pay up to $10,000 per year from the state and $4,000 from the federal government. So it's $14,000 of your tuition every year is taken care of. On top of that, you're gonna be getting paid to go to college. So when you're a full-time student, you're getting $397 per month just for being a student, on top of about $200 to $250 a month. They're gonna be paid to come that 1 week in a month. So a lot of people come to me and say, hey, I really don't know if the military, the National Guard's for me because I'm going to college or I'm going to the workforce. Well, I can tell you, because I did both of those, that the National Guard fits perfectly and helps you, and it's a stepping stone in the right direction for wherever you want to take you, whether it be into the workforce or going to college or getting that really good job after you get done with college. It's going to help you get them all right? Now, if this is something that you're interested in, you want to hear more about, or you want, maybe just have some questions on, there's going to link below that I want you to fill out for that survey, and just fill it out. And if you are interested, please click yes. And one of my recruiters are going to be reaching out to you shortly to answer any of your questions or see if you maybe qualify. Thank you.